Welcome to all of you SJEC e-learning YouTube classes. Student, please subscribe the channel to update about your syllabus. Class 8 physics class. And today we start the chapter 2 physical quantities and measurement. We are well aware of the fact that measurement of various physical quantities plays a very important role in our daily life. We are familiar with measurement of length, area, volume, mass, time and temperature. In this chapter, we shall study how to measure the density of irregular solid and also of the given liquid. We will also understand that due to the difference in the value of densities of a solid and a liquid, a given solid may float or sink in a particular liquid. Now, the first topic is density. We know that every object has a finite mass and a finite volume. The mass of an object contained per unit volume is called density of the material of that object. If the mass of an object be m and its volume be v, then density is given as density is equal to mass upon volume. And density of an object is characteristics of its material only and is independent of the shape or size of the object. What is the unit of density? In a SI system, the unit of mass is kilogram and the unit of volume is cubic meter. Hence, the SI unit of density is kg per meter cube. For a small size object, mass is usually expressed in gram and volume is expressed in cubic centimeter. Hence, a new unit of density may be expressed as gram per cubic centimeter. Okay. Now, the some object densities means gold. The gold density is 240 kg per meter cube. Wood 800 kg per meter cube. Ice 920 kg per meter cube. Water 1000 kg per meter cube. Glycerin 1200 kg per meter cube. Glass 2500 kg per meter cube. Aluminium 2700 kg per meter cube. Iron 7800 kg per meter cube. Silver 10500 kg per meter cube. Mercury 13600 kg per meter cube. Gold 19300 kg per meter cube. And platinum 21,400 kg per meter cube. This is the density. Now, firstly we study that to determine the density of an irregular solid heavier than water and insoluble in it using a measuring cylinder. So, firstly, the material required is a small piece of stone, a beam balance and a thread, a measuring cylinder and water. So, what is the procedure? We take a small piece of stone, find its mass by using a beam balance, let it be m. Take a clean measuring cylinder and fill it nearly half with water. When water level is steadily, note down the reading of water level, let it be V1. Tie a thread around the stone and gently immerse it into the water. The stone piece must be fully immersed into water but should not touch the wall on the base of measuring cylinder. The water level in the measuring cylinder rise. Note down the reading of water level again. Let it be V2. Okay. So volume of stone is V2 minus V1 and the density of stone is mass upon V2 minus V1. This is the process to find the density of an irregular solid. And density of a regular solid, how we find? If the given solid is of a regular shape, example that in a cube, cuboid, cylinder or a sphere, then the volume of such regular shaped solid can be easily determined by knowing their dimensions and applying appropriate formula. And the mass of given solid can be easily measured by the use of beam balance. So, we know the formula, density is equal to mass upon volume, then we find out the density of a solid. Okay. Now, what is the density bottle? Density bottle. A density bottle is a specially designed glass bottle which is commonly used to determine the density of a liquid. It is a small sized glass bottle of given capacity. It is generally 25 ml or 50 ml, having a glass stopper. The glass stopper has a narrow hole in it. When the density bottle is filled with a liquid and glass stopper is inserted in the neck of the bottle, excess liquid rises through the hole and is drained out. Thus, the bottle contains volume equal to its capacity only when it is filled. To determine the density of a liquid using a density bottle, so we find the density of liquid. Okay. Now, what is the relative density? In order to have a comparative idea about the heaviness or lightness of object or material, we define a new term, relative density. The relative density of a given substance is defined as the ratio of the density of the substance to the density of pure water at 4 degrees Celsius. Then, the relative density is equal to density of the substance upon density of the water at 4 degrees Celsius. Or, relative density of substance is equal to mass of given volume of the substance upon mass of equal volume of water at 4 degrees Celsius. So, the relative density of a substance may also be defined as the ratio of the mass of given volume of the substance to the mass of an equal volume of water at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay. The some relative densities of a substances are: the alcohol is 0.82, mercury is 13.95, nylon is 1.12, PVC is 1.36, steel is 7.82, rubber is 0.96, zinc is 7.12, aluminum is 2.72, seawater is 1.02, water at 4 degrees Celsius is 1, copper 8.79, lead 11.35, nickel 8.73, oxygen 0.00143. It is a common relative densities, and the unit of relative density is no unit, because it is a ratio of same substances, same units. Okay. The relative density is a ratio of the two densities, so it is unitless quantity. So the relative density is a pure number and has no unit. Okay. So what is the relation between the relative density and density of a substance? The relative density is equal to density of a substance upon density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. Then the density of substance is equal to relative density into density of water, and the density of water is 1000. Then density of a substance is equal to relative density into 1000 kg per meter cube. That is the relationship between the relative density and the density of a substance. So what is the difference between density and relative density? The density of a substance is the mass of a unit volume of the substance, and the relative density of a substance is the ratio of the density of a substance to the density of water. The formula of density is equal to mass upon volume, and the formula of relative density is equal to density of a substance upon density of water. The SI unit of density is kg per meter cube, but the relative density is a ratio of similar quantities, then it has no unit. Now, what is a floating and sinking? When an object is placed over a liquid whose density is less than the density of the object sinks into the liquid. For an example, if a spoon or a screw of iron is placed over water, then it sinks because density of iron is 7800 kg per meter cube is greater than the density of water, which is 1000 kg per meter cube. Similarly, a gold ring or a glass lens will sink in water. On the other hand, when an object is placed over a liquid whose density is more than the density of the object floats on the liquid. In other words, an object floats over a liquid when density of the solid object is less than the density of liquid. For an example, if a piece of wood or cork is placed over water, it float on water because density of water is more than the density of cork or wooden piece. Due to this very reason, an ice cube float when placed over a cold drink take in a glass jar. What will happen if the density of an object is equal to the density of liquid? In this case, the object will float just below the surface of liquid. That is, it will completely immerse in the liquid but will not sink. Okay. What is the principle of flotation? On the basis of above discussion, we can generalize a principle which is called principle of flotation. According to the principle of flotation, a solid will sink in a liquid if its density is more than the density of the liquid, but a solid will float on a liquid if its density is less than the density of the liquid. Principle of flotation may also be expressed in terms of relative densities of the solid and liquid. Accordingly, we can say that a solid will float on a liquid if relative density of the solid is less than the relative density of the liquid. However, the solid will sink in a liquid if relative density of the solid is greater than the relative density of the liquid. Some applications of flotation. The density of iron is much more than the density of water. So, an iron needle sinks in water. However, an iron ship is designed in such a way that it is mostly hollow from within. Thus, the volume of the iron ship becomes very large as compared to its mass, and hence its effective density becomes less than that of water, so as a ship floats on water. Markings are provided around the hull of ship to indicate the level up to which they should be submerged in seawater at some particular location. These markings are called plimsoll line. This is iceberg. The density of ice is less than the density of water. Hence, huge masses of ice called iceberg continue to float on water. When an iceberg floats on water, only a small part, about 1/10 of iceberg, remain above the water surface, and a large part of iceberg remain below the water surface. So it is very dangerous for sailor. Okay. Next one. The submarine. A submarine can increase or decrease its effective density as compared to the density of seawater. Accordingly, the submarine may sink or may float on sea water. A fish has air bladder in her body. When it sucks air in bladder, its effective density becomes less and it floats over water. When it forces the air out from its bladder, its average density becomes more and it sinks in water. It is lactometer. Lactometer is designed to measure the purity of milk by measuring its density as density of density. A lactometer consists of three parts: floating bulb, gravity bulb, and stem. The range and graduation is kept 1.000 to 1.045 because the density of pure water is 1.000 and the relative density of pure milk is 1.045. To test the purity of milk in terms of its adulteration with water, the bulb of the lactometer is immersed into milk and a reading of the stem is observed. If the reading shows 1.0545, then the milk is pure. If the reading shows 1.030, then 25% water is mixed with milk. If the reading shows 1.020, then 50% water is mixed with milk. If the reading shows 1.010, then 75% water is mixed with milk. That's okay. Acid battery hydrometer. In inverter batteries, acid battery hydrometer is used to check the density of acid solution. A hydrometer works on the principle of flotation. Something other important terms: an ice cube sinks in kerosene but float on water because the density of ice cube is more than the density of kerosene but less than the density of water. And iron nails sink in water but float on mercury because the density of iron is 7800 kg per meter cube is greater than the density of water. This is 1000 kg per meter cube but lesser than the density of mercury, that is 13,600 kg per meter cube. Due to the presence of salt, the density of seawater is more than the density of fresh water. So, it is easier to swim in seawater than in fresh water. For solid object, increase in the volume with temperature is very small. So, the density of solid is not much affected due to temperature. The volume of a liquid or a gas increases with rise in temperature, so its density decreases with rise in temperature.